Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of Panty and Stalking with Garabelle. Panty and Stalking was made by Studio Ganex, who also made Gone and Gone, on October 1st, 2010. The show was directed by Hiroyuki Imoshin, who also directed Kill la Kill and Gone and Gone. The music was done by Taku Takahashi and TCY Crew. Then next I would just go over some voice acting roles. If I know of anything else, I would mention the roles here. Stalking is played by Maya Ice, who also played Himuro and Chainsaw Man, Buta and Boruto, Nakasa and Danganronpa, and Midori and Kagui. Panty is played by Asa Agasawa. Brave is played by Hiroyuki Yoshino, who played President Mike in My Hero Academia, Kimberly in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Huka and Mate in Kill la Kill. Garabelle is played by Koji Chi, who play Anubis in Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, Armstrong in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and Umbra in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. And with Honest, ironically not from Yu-Gi-Oh! But from Akuma ga Kill. Neosox is played by Ayumi Fumara, who also play Masaka in Maid-sama, and Marui in Wei from Kill la Kill. Scanty is played by Yuka Kamasa, who also played Kaoru in Naruto, and Khalifa and Kefla in Dragon Ball. And then each episode was way two episodes, like 2 15-minute episodes, or 12-minute episodes, have the actual divided up. So, with that in mind, episode 1A. Dalton says when the battle between heaven and hell happens, we meet Panty and Stalking. Panty likes to have sex, Stalking likes sweets. And please name Garabelle is trying to tell the people are being eaten up by toads, but they're not listening. Panty and Stalking are outcast angels that need to be ghosts to get heaven cones. When they get enough of these heaven cones, they go back to heaven. We got a cool car. There's that. They thought random guy was the ghost, but he wasn't, so Panty fucked him. Get that acting applied somewhere. Panty's being attacked on the toilet and learns that the ghost is the great mighty Pooh.
I am the great mighty Pooh.
Never played that game. I should someday. The poop ghost is from all the plumbers that die from smelling shit. He knew that Panty and Stalkings can be used as actual weapons. And we got one heaven cone. This was a fine episode and a good way to introduce the characters. Bit of a silly plot with poop. I have nothing much more to add to this. So episode 1B, Panty's not having a good time with the person she's fucking. Stalking is chasing a ghost car, and Panty catches up via a motorcycle that she got from the guy she was doing the deed with. Ghost car beats all the cop cars until he doesn't. Ghost car becomes a ghost truck. Panty's trying not to destroy her panties because the guy on the ghost truck. Ghost truck becomes ghost train. Panty uses Shuck the dog to get her panties back and destroys the train. They got 3 heaven coins. This is a fine episode. And that's like a car chase type thing. Can't really, again, add much more than that. It's just a little fun little chase sequence. Episode 2A, students have gone missing at school. Panty and Stalking are going undercover, and someone doesn't know what undercover means. It's Panty. Kenny Brief was being attacked by bees and has a thing for Panty. We meet the Queen Bee, Queen Bri. Bri tries to show up our 2 heroes, but fails. Bri emerges healed, but who's making all these wonderful toys? And I swear there's a Mean Girl reference when the teacher's like, if you have sex, you die. You know. Brief is having the ghost with a ghost detection device because his friends got kidnapped. Bray is the ghost. Bray's been brainwashing students. Bray has been killed and gave out 8 heaven cones. And Panty fucked the football team. This episode is good, and that's like a parody of like high school movies, more or less. And then Brief is the mainstay character that I really don't give a shit about. He's important to the plot, but he's kind of a straight guy in terms of everything crazy around him, and he's not. He's not that great of a straight guy. He's not. So it's just he's just kind of lame, unfortunately. Episode 2B, Panty and Stocking are movie stars, and while Panty's way bigger, I don't know why, Stocking is pretty fucking cute. But hey, Panty shows her sex tape of a premiere of a movie, and doesn't see a problem with it until it's explained to her. Oh, it's an actual sex tape. She didn't think it was a sex tape. Panty and Stocking are going to destroy all the copies of a sex tape. World Time, but Stocking kept one of the tapes. Panty wasn't asked her to Stocking, so she released the sex tape, and then as a forever place. But this was I liked this episode. It was a joke, but it's a fun little premise of destroying all the sex tapes. So this episode was good. Episode 3A. Panty ate Stocking's heaven pudding, causing a fight. They don't want to fight together, so they split up. So this ghost episode is using like a red wine code to lure people into like a wolf ghost. And red wine code is literally tied to the wolf. Panty comes to fight because Stocking was the one fighting the ghost. The Panty came, but like Panty and Stocking are fighting each other more than the ghost. And then Willie just brings the angels together. The wolf ghost is dead. Panty and got Stocking another pudding. This episode is fine. It's a stereotypical, we break up, we come back together, then episode with nothing really more to add. Episode 3B, we got a sperm army. This is how this episode starts. We got sperm acting like it's D-Day, trying to get into the vagina, and they're being taken out by tissues. Garbag needs to jerk off, and he's having pent-up issues. Panty and Stocking goes to the paper plant so they can fight a ghost. We got sperm, the ghost. They were being with the greatest of ease. We go back to the vagina woes. Guys couldn't make it because of condoms. This episode's fine. What is fudge for this episode, am I right? But yeah, that's okay episode. Episode 4A. Stocking's eating sweets but Panty's jogging. Stocking is getting late, so she starts to jog. Panty figures out that Stocking's on a diet and makes fun of her for it. Stocking is trying to her ass off, but is now fat. And that causes Stocking to just go fucking nuts on sweets and becomes very fat for sweets. But Stocking likes this ghost involvement, making people fat that eat it, and the ghost is like, well, is to make being fat accessible, because if everyone's fat, then, it would become more acceptable. Stocking's so stressed out so they can't attack. Panty attacks the ghost and kills it, and that causes Stocking to slim down. I mean, it's a waking episode, so for me, as someone who's into that, I get a thumbs up. Well, other than that, actually, no, this probably does have the best joke so far. So, it's probably my favorite part. Probably maybe my favorite episode of a bunch, with all biases aside, honestly, because this does probably have my favorite jokes out of all. So, episode 4B, Panty and Stocking have to fix the weapons before Garbout comes back. The school has a party when you just in your underwear, running. Of course, there's a ghost that makes everyone naked. Since they don't take care of the weapons, they can't kill the ghost. Panty uses Breeze's underwear to get a big gun and destroy the ghost. Garbout was the person that was the organizer for the high school, or just school in general, running in your underwear, so he got arrested for that. This episode was meh. Like, it just happened for me. Like, nothing was really humorous to me or anything. It was just kind of there. So, moving to episode 5A. Everyone's picking the nose besides Stocking. The ghosts get invited to a party on the blimp. There'll be sex and sweets. 2 S's. Boogers are the key to get to the blimp. I mean, oh, you could get some locator cards. Go the hard way. Panty, is picking the host's nose, and he does the same to her. The host is a ghost who uses boogers for power, and nosebleeds to jet to the moon. Angel boogers are his weakness, and that saved the day. This episode is very mad. I'm gonna say I would dislike this episode just because, like, I don't know. I just found everything extremely unfunny in this episode, so I would say this episode's bad, at least in my opinion. Episode 5B, we're in Little Tokyo with a different art style. We are just hanging out in a Japanese business. A guy is having a rough time just in life in general. And he has a daughter who wants to meet Penny and Stalking. Probably not the best influence, but you know, you do you. But she wants to meet them for her birthday. The dude got a present for a coworker and is supposed to drink instead of seeing his daughter on her birthday. He passes out from all the drinking and pukes out a ghost. Panty and Stalking show up. The guy tries to talk to them about finding the puke ghost. The guy got Penny and Stalking's autograph for his daughter. I think this episode is fine. Like, it's not funny, but I really, just related to the guy. Life is just pushing him down, beating him up, even though he's trying his hardest, so I was rooting for the guy. So, you know, there was something else that I could attach to in this episode, which is, for a lot of these episodes, I cannot say. So that for this to have an extra layer of, I'm able to connect to something is nice. Because, again, a lot of these episodes really do not have that. If you don't find it funny, you just kind of shit out of luck in terms of enjoyment. So, I definitely get some bonus points for that. Episode 6, which is just a full episode. Penny and Stalking are killing a lot of ghosts when they come against another ghost that's hiding in a toilet. If it didn't kill it, they had a hard time. There are new queens of a school, the Damon sisters, and they're the male kids. And the names are Scanty and Knee Socks. Penny and Stalkers are mad at them for having rules. Everything sucks now, yeah. Man, the rules. And the Damon Sisters provoke the angels and overwhelm them with words. The angels are in the loser class now. The Damon Sisters are making ghosts and all demons themselves. Who would have thought demons have the rules and not the angels? Panty and Stalking are fighting to protect Brief, who has the ghost making power source. This fight scene is pretty fun, maybe a bit long, but it's still pretty fun all the way through. Panty destroys the demons ghost making device power source, and the school gets destroyed with it. The Damon Sisters leave and they work with the male. This episode's fine. And then they introduce Scanty and Knee Socks, which are main characters moving forward. But other than that, this episode was fine. I mean, again, the action scene way hosted it up too. So again, bonus points for that. But yeah, this episode's fine. Episode 7A. This part is just a Transformers parody. I could go through it beat for beat, but that's all this is. It's a Transformers parody. I mean, there's cool animations, like a really cool animation of Panty and Stalking, I guess transformation sequence, but since they're Transformers, it looks fucking sweet for a second though. And I guess this, you also can argue this is just a parody of Saturday morning cartoons in general, but I don't know how much value you're getting if you don't get Transformers. So since it's more specifically parodying the 80s cartoon, if how much enjoyment you get for not knowing the 80s cartoon. I mean, there's some jokes that you get, but don't revolve around it being Transformers. But I feel that's part of a factor of enjoyment a lot with this episode. So, and I'm just kind of getting into the chase, but there's not much to say about this episode otherwise, to be honest, in my opinion. So, I mean, I had fun with it. I like the Transformer references and stuff like that. Moving on to episode 7B. Stalking and Penny spend money like crazy, so they had to get 3 million yen in 3 days. They get different jobs, so I get 5 from each one, like Jack Atlas.
What's with this hole in my shirt? What? You said get rid of the stain, and that's exactly what I did.
They are going to gamble, and they have good luck. The Damon Sisters are behind the casino that the angels are at because of codes. I guess demon energy cancels angel luck. Penny and Stalking sell the clothes so they can keep playing, and they got the money. This episode is fine. I mean, they have 1 or 2 funny jokes, and the premise is simple enough. can't really complain about it, so episode's fine. Episode 8A, zombies are attacking. Angel weapons don't work on zombies. Everyone's getting bitten. Her brain is a weak spot. Who would have thought? Sex toad still seen, of course. But Damon scissors are making the zombies. Sex toad weapons are now in use. Penny and Stocking got turned to zombies. Not everyone is zombies, just everyone. This episode's mad. It's a parody of zombie movies, and I don't know, I just didn't get enjoyment out of this one, really. To be honest, humor really lands flat for me on that one. Episode 8B. Penny and Stocking's on a TV court drama. We get not Tom Cruise as the prosecutor. The Angels are being charged with killing a friendly ghost, which he's married to a wife, and they look like Wham and Skippy. Which I haven't seen Wham and Skippy, but there you go. The Wham and Skippy for whatever fucking reason. Besides reference, I guess. And the Angel's attorney is a monkey. Not Tom Cruise is scummy but funny. Look at me being a poet, though. I mean, if I didn't want him, but, you know. I thought it was fun to say. Scummy but funny. Anyways. People vote for, will vote for guilty and non-guilty. The Angels got guilty. The Angels will live through being shocked. And it seems like Stocking enjoyed being shocked. The monkey gets shocked too, and then becomes a good low. The wife killed her husband, and the Damon sisters were behind everything. And the Angels got proven innocent. This episode's okay. Actually, no, this episode is good. I appreciate the courtroom drama. Parody stuff, so there you go. There's 1 or 2 jokes I thought were funny in here. Episode 9A. Penny and Stocking gets all their attention at the beach and not helping with Garbar's food stand. The Damon sisters show up and bar the beach, so they're kicking the Angels off. They play beach Garbar to settle things, and the Angels win the first game. The demons are using the dog as a ball, which causes just everyone to go all out. The Angels win, so the Demon sisters summon a ghost, and everyone end up naked. This episode was okay. I mean, I read volleyball, appreciate, and there's a few humorous jokes, but like, well, I mean, I should have kind of put this together last episode, but like, this show just sometimes likes to reference things for the sake of reference, I feel like, because there's a South Park reference in here. I'm like, this adds nothing. And then again, I don't watch South Park, but if it just changed to the animation style, maybe I'm missing something with it, because again, I don't watch South Park, but I'm just like, I get it's a South Park, but I don't get the joke. Where's for funny? You just go, oh, well, it's South Park. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess to be fair with like the Wham and Skippy reference, I guess it's like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if like Wham and Skippy got married? I'm guessing, maybe that's the joke there, probably. But again, with the South Park one, I really cannot tell. I can't even guess where the funny is. So, moving on to episode 9B. Stocking and Penny are looking for guys. Where Stocking falls in love with a ghost who is rude and normally we consider ugly or like disgusting by society standards. Stocking tells her ghost boyfriend that she's an angel. Stocking wants to leave with her boyfriend, run away, and just elope. Panty tries to kill the boyfriend, but Stocking stops her. The boyfriend asks Stocking to marry him, and by saying yes, the ghost can rest in peace. This episode's okay. And nice little follow your heart message. Stocking is adorable when she's in love, so that really just gives this episode all the points. Episode 10A. Penny and Stocking are small due to a drug that the Damon sisters gave them and wears off in an hour. They go down Bree's throat. Garbar just wants to see Breef naked as Breef tries to shit out the Angels. Penny and Stocking are just messing with Breef's insides, turning normal size, and Breef shits out the Angels. I do not care about this episode. This episode was unfunny. The premise show was simple, and they could have had fun with it, but I felt like it was just, I don't know what the fuck I thought. Besides, I was just bored doing this. And yeah, episode 10B, which I'm combining all the Back to Chuck into one little review, because I've split the Back to Chuck's and the trilogy that it is, which I'm sure this is appealing to a trilogy. That'd be 3 small reviews, and they're both basically the same fucking thoughts and feelings, so I'm just combining them for the sake of ease here. We see Chuck dealing with a demon dog, loses like again and again to it, like in a Tom and Jerry style. Chuck beats the demon dog by unzipping him, and then we get like Chuck peeing himself and finding an army of flies. Chuck gets microwaved, but he comes back. So Chuck dies, and then like a demon pops out of him and gets together with the demon dog head. And I just don't get this one. Like I just don't get it. I'm not understanding. Is this like a Romeo and Juliet? Like, why is the title referencing Back to the Future? Is it because of flies, Marty McFly? I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Moving on, to episode 10C. It's an MTV parody. I mean, I have nothing more to say about MTV parody. You can references to Nirvana, Gorillaz. There you go. I mean, it's literally just a music video, basically, with all references for an end, though, for the sake of reference. Which, I mean, would be nice, but if that wasn't, like, a good chunk of the humor of the show anyways, it's just kind of like, there's nothing here of really much value, because if you don't get the reference, guess what? You ain't gonna point out the screen and be like, oh, I understood that reference, so. Episode 11A. Panty and Stocking have not been doing the job, so they try to get God out of the act of being horny, so they can be like, oh, who are you to tell us to do our job? The angels tried to follow him, but traps happen. The angels found Gumball's diary. Gumball was a criminal in the past and got killed. Gumball was picked to be on a mission from God, and he's been alive for decades, centuries, eons. Gumball likes S&M. That's what we found out at the end of this episode, basically. And the ghosts don't see it, so they miss him being horny. This episode's man. I mean, it's nice to get backstory on Gumball, I guess, but like, I just didn't find things to be too humorous in this episode. Episode 11B, the ghosts are waiting on Gumball to make lunch for like 5 hours. Panty got her hand stuck in a ship cannon and went out the window with it. Panty wants to make a pull all the way to heaven to get into heaven. Good luck with that one. Penny's talking all the takeout. Brief shows up. Small talk happens. All the foods he has got back finished cooking. Penny's talking, eat everything, and get fat. There's only so much a weekend episode can do. I like Penny's talking in a more casual setting, but like, how would you phrase this? But it feels no different from them in a non-casual setting. So like, it's like nice to see them more relaxed, more bold, more like stuff like that. But it doesn't add too much to like anything that we have experienced with the acting so far. So like, it's just an okay episode. But episode 2A, this is just a recap episode, and we learned something about the Hell's Monkey Key. I mean, it's a recap episode, so moving on to episode 12B. Stalking is king and goes as Penny fucks guys. Penny fucked too much and can't go back to heaven like Stalking. Penny tries to use Brief to kill Ghost, but of course that didn't work. Brief invites Penny to a party. Brief gets kidnapped. Penny tries to fuck, but isn't allowed to. Penny meets a nice-looking Brief. Brief wants to marry Penny instead of one of the Damon sisters like his father wanted. Penny loses her angel powers, and Brief helps her escape. The car stops working too. Panty and Brief had sex, or tried to, but Panty has virgin revival syndrome, which stops her from having sex. Brief's dick is the key to Hell's Gate. Why not? Why not have a dick be the key to Hell's Gate? Panty can use her powers. She's powerless due to her virgin revival syndrome. This episode just feels out of place. Like, not saying comedic shows can't have serious moments, or serious shows can't have their comedic moments. They can. But like, with a show like this, when it's very much felt like Mad TV up to this point, and then just be like, oh, we gotta get serious now. with still some of the wackiness we're known for, it just feels out of place. Because the show really isn't an episode, a plot-driven show, which is fine. Which is, again, fine, but it's like more of a sketch comedy kind of show. And then, so that's why it's like a kind of a whiplash for me, because I got used to more of a like sketch comedy type shit. And then it's like, oh, by the way, we got a plot. It's like, oh, shit. But moving on to episode 14. Garabelle kicks Penny out for being powerless. Penny is now a farmer and she's happy. Of course, bandits show up killing her farmer family. Penny makes up her mind and goes after Brief. The farm was all an act set up by Garabelle. Panty is having Brief, trying to have Brief come, and once he does, the key will become unusable. Stalking shows up to help. We get climax, and Panty got her angel powers again. Brief's dick fell into the keyhole and unlocks the gates of hell. The male Jordan survived using the Demon Sisters as souls. Garabelle is killed by the male. The male fuses with the ghost that came from Hell's Gate. Chuck transforms Penny and Stalking, get unlimited weapons thanks to Garabelle. The weapon was a leg that stepped on the ghost and the male killing them. Garabelle comes back to life. Stalking kills Penny. The male comes out of Brief's dick. Stalking was a demon the whole time. If Brief wants to see Penny again and pull her 66 parts together, he has to go to Hell's Gate again. This episode, honestly, really, I kind of didn't care if Penny got her powers back or not. Or if they say Brief. But I mean, I like Stalking, so gotta see more Stalking, which makes me happy. And very much Stalking's twist of being a demon was like, oh, by the way, it's like, oh, okay, show. And then it goes like, oh, season 2, which hasn't happened yet, which Trigger's making season 2, which means I have no faith in the sequel. I'm not a Trigger person. I think Trigger makes great looking anime, but plot is either mid to like crap. I'm sorry. I'm really not a Trigger person. But that's it for Penny and Stockings. Penny and Stockings very much has that 2010 humor, which did get a chuck out of me here and there, but sometimes like whole like episodes are just not funny to me. And sometimes when it's, like one of these episodes aren't funny, or if I don't get the reference that they're going for, there's nothing really else in the episode to like grab you. There's some exceptions, but really it's just kind of like, if it's unfunny, well, there goes your 11 minutes. But I do appreciate all the love that is shown to Western cartoons in this anime, and I think that is great to see. And I will probably give Penny Stockings. Actually, this is a tough one. I have a score written down in my like script, but I'm bouncing between two. One out of my head. No, I give Penny Stockings a 6 out of 10 because I feel like that fits more with how I feel. Well, if you like this review, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this review, give it a thumbs down. And subscribe if you want more Fuzz reviews. And I will catch you all next time. Bye.